I'm like a track me.
Give me the pack and I might pack that. She got a fatty, I might pack that. Give me your addy, we present it to you better than we go for the direct.
I've had a couple edibles in my life. The gummies and stuff, those don't work too much, but like brownies and Rice Krispie treats, that's where it's at. So this is gonna be a story time about the first time I ate an edible, which was a Rice Krispie treat, and it was a little too much. Shouldn't have eaten the whole thing. I don't even know how this topic like came up. We were in high school. I don't even remember, probably sophomore year. It could have been late freshman year, but definitely no further than sophomore year. And I don't know who found out about the edibles, who knew to get them. I honestly forgot, like, was it me? I don't remember, but I just remember getting them. And I remember me and two of my friends were getting some. And later on in the day, I found out that like half of the school had them, pretty much. Everyone I knew was so high.
Littering and
Littering and littering and
littering and
They were so high, you guys. And so I got mine, and my friends, they were the ones who gave it to me. I never even saw the person, honestly, who made them until like days later, and they kind of like pointed her out to me. But yeah, my friends gave them to me, and they were like, yeah, she said don't eat the whole thing, only eat like half of it. And I was like, okay, all right, we'll see, you know? So I literally eat it in class during fourth period, which was my history class. And it's really sad, that teacher actually passed away from a heart attack, but he was like my favorite teacher. I loved that class, and I had two other friends in that class. They were two guys, and while I was eating it, they were just like, what are you eating? And I was like, it's a brownie. And then they wanted a brownie, a Rice Krispie treat, sorry. And I was like, was it a brownie or was it a Rice Krispie treat? I don't know, but it was either or, okay? So I'm eating it. I feel like it was a brownie now. So I'm eating it, and then they asked me for some, and I'm like, crap. I don't want to give any of this away, like it's gonna get me high. So I'm like, no, you can't have any, like there's weed in it and you guys don't smoke, so no. And then they're like, no, you're lying, there's no weed. And I'm like, you know what, this will be fun, take a couple bites. So I let them have a couple, but it wasn't enough to like have them like stoned, so they didn't really get like the feel of anything. But I kept eating it because I was like, why? I don't feel anything, what's going on? I need to eat more. Why did she say only eat half? So I eat like the whole entire thing. I think after that class, we like all met up, me and my two other friends, we all met up in the bathroom, and we were like, oh my gosh, I think we might have been still eating it. We're weird. After fourth quarter came lunch. Why do I keep saying fourth quarter? Well, after fourth period was lunchtime, and like I couldn't have been any happier because I got to eat, but that was like the time I just hit my peak.
Please no.
And I was just tripping out. So at that time I was dating this guy. We dated for like 3 years, and we get our lunch, and like the entire time I'm like, he's mad at me. Like, does he know? How does he know? Because I didn't even tell him. We get our lunch, and then me and him go and like sit off on our own. I should have sat with my friends. I want to know what they were doing, but I was sitting with him just tripping out, and I kept talking to him. And then the entire time I was talking, I would just think to myself like, can he hear me? Am I saying this out loud, or am I just saying this in my mind to myself, but I think I'm saying it out loud? Like, it was too much for me. It was way too much, and it was my first time eating an edible, and it was in high school. And so after that, we all met up, and then I had fifth period, which was like advisory or whatever, and we just worked on homework.
What time is it? Summertime.
It was ridiculous, but I had the worst teacher. She was so mean, and thankfully, she actually was out like more than half of that class because she was working on something. So she had her like assistant in the class the whole time, which she was not that mean. So I somehow was able to like lay my head down on my table, because if I were to look up at them, oh my God, I would have been caught, you guys, because I like turned I'm like this on the table, and my friend's like, Hannah, Hannah, she's coming in. So I'm like, what? And she's like, oh my God, your eyes are so red. And I was like, oh no. It was awful. So I just tried to put my head up, kind of look down so she couldn't see me while she was in there. And then after that class came English with the next meanest teacher. Our English teacher was our wrestling coach, and he terrified me, you guys. And there was no way I was gonna be able to sleep. So I had to just kind of like keep my head up and look the opposite way from him. But he's the type of person to like call you out and like ask you a question, and I was just praying that that did not happen to me. And the next day, like when I was going to my notes, when I was back in his class, because we were continuing notes, I went back to the notes that I took that day when I ate it, and I wish I still had these to show you, but it was literally scribbles. I could not make one word out from my notes, and I just busted out laughing and had to ask my friend for her notes, and I was like, dude, these notes are not notes. But after that class, it was awful. That class was really awful because I had to pay attention, and all I wanted to do was sleep. I really just wanted to sleep so badly. So after that class came PE. It's like I had the worst class lineup to have eaten that edible. Like maybe I should have done it in the morning, but I definitely would have not made it throughout the entire day at all. So the next class was PE, and I had it with my friends, and I think that's the class where I realized, like, dang, like how many people ate edibles. So we get in there, and of course, it's time to play kickball outside. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the first time we've played kickball this year, and it's gonna be on this day, so we have to play kickball. And we all get like changed into our little uniforms. And we go out to the field, and my friends all sit out on the bleachers. They all go to the bleachers. They're laying down, they're passed out. I was like, oh my God, like we're gonna get caught. That does not look good. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the hero. I'm gonna go and play and make sure that none of us get caught. For some reason, I felt like that would help. But then it's my turn to kick the damn ball. And you guys, I wish someone had recorded this. So the ball's coming at me here. I literally kick over this direction, and I missed the ball completely. And after that, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna kick that again. I suck. And I told her, I was like, I suck, I don't wanna play. I used that as my excuse, and I went over to the bleachers, and then it was a wrap. That was our school day, and we got to finally go home. I slept the whole day. So we got off school like at 2:20, and I went home and I fell asleep, and I did not wake up until the next day when it was time to get ready for school again. And then I get to school and I'm like, yo, you guys, like I knocked out. I did not wake up once. And they were like, oh my God, me too. One of them was like, dude, I got on my bed and I passed out, and when I woke up, like I didn't even realize that I slept in my cat's throw up. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this ever again. And now that I think about it, it was a brownie, because the next time we ate an edible, why was there even a next time? But the next time we ate it, it was right before like our school's football game. And so we ate a Rice Krispie treat, and I hated it. I was like, this is disgusting. Like I prefer that brownie. So we went to the football game. I was just on the lookout. I felt like everyone there around us just knew. I was like, they know we're high. Like, oh my God, we gotta get out of here. The principal's gonna see us. I was tripping out. I shouldn't have eaten it. It was disgusting. But yeah, that was my first time eating an edible, and it was at school. And I mean, it was a fun time, but it would have been better if I was out in like nature with friends and not like trapped inside of a class. But that's it. That's my story, and I hope you guys liked it. When they tell you to eat half of the edible, eat half of the edible and wait maybe an hour for it to kick in, because I waited 10 minutes and I was like, oh no. And so I ate the rest, and that was the stupidest mistake ever. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe it made you laugh, because I was laughing the entire time that it was going on until I went to sleep for like 17 hours. But if you did, like the video and subscribe so you can see more. And I do plan to make more story times, because I don't know, I had some hilarious stories back in high school. It was crazy. So yeah, peace out.